At the Grand Military Parade in Beijing, one scene shook the world. China's Xi Jinping, Russia's Vladimir Putin, and North Korea's Kim Jong-un appeared together for the very first time. This moment instantly drew comparisons to a classic photo from World War II, when Hitler of Germany, Mussolini of Italy, and Emperor Hirohito of Japan stood side by side. It's a symbol. A new axis is rising. These three nations aren't just anti-America. They're forging a real military alliance, one aimed at challenging the democratic, free world of East and West. This suggests the opening act of World War III has already begun. Russia is waging war in Ukraine. North Korea is backing with troops and weapons. And China is building an entire new arsenal of advanced weaponry. Together, the three are pushing back against the US-led global order. The United States and its Western allies are on high alert. The question is, can today's weapons and strategies really stand up against a joint China, Russia, North Korea war machine? Now, take a look at this. What you're seeing used to be the pride of the US Navy, the Littoral Combat Ship, or LCS, a vessel once hailed as the future of naval warfare. Its design was sleek, futuristic, lightning fast. But here's what you don't see. Behind that shiny exterior lies one of the costliest failures in US naval history. Tens of billions of dollars spent, only to earn the nickname, a floating target, and the biggest strategic blunder ever. The whole idea behind this ship was simple: build something cheaper, more flexible, something that could handle near-shore, asymmetric threats. Sounds great, right? The manufacturers even promised modular plug-and-play weapons systems, like Lego blocks. Swap out an anti-submarine module today, switch in a mine, clearing or surface combat module tomorrow. But reality, it turned into a nightmare. After more than a decade and billions poured into R&D, the modular mission package concept collapsed. Instead of taking hours to switch, it took days, sometimes weeks. And the most critical package, the anti-submarine warfare module, flat out failed. The program was canceled in humiliation. And the firepower, pathetic. Its main gun is so weak, it's actually outgunned by the naval police ships of some countries. Put it up against a fully armed Chinese-type Zeller 54 frigate, and its weapons look like toy guns. The result, brand new LCS vessels were mothballed. Some retired in less than 10 years of service. But now, the Navy thinks it's found a new answer. On the deck of the USS Montgomery LCS-8, you'll now see something shock: a Patriot missile launcher. That's right. Not in a video game, not in a sci-fi movie. In reality, the US military has mounted the Army's M903 Patriot missile system directly onto a Navy littoral combat ship. Defense giant Lockheed Martin has already tested it, loading an actual M903 launcher, carrying 8 P-3MSE interceptor missiles, onto the wide flight deck of the Independence-class LCS. For a ship once mocked as underarmed, this instantly transforms it into a floating missile defense fortress. But here's the big question. Is this just a desperate patch-up job, or is it a bold new strategic leap? Why would the Navy do this? Simple. Because China has now deployed waves of hypersonic anti-ship missiles along its coast. Missiles designed to silently sink warships in the Pacific. That's why the US is experimenting with putting Army Patriot systems on Navy ships. It's a big step in cross-branch integration, but the challenges are massive. How do you fit a missile magazine on such limited deck space? How do you sync it with the Navy's Aegis combat system? None of this is simple. To prepare for a possible conflict with China, the US is also strengthening its logistics network across the Indo-Pacific, planning new sea and air bases in the Philippines, Singapore, even Taiwan. The goal: to secure choke points in and out of the Pacific and block China's advance. In this role, the LCS could actually shine. With speeds over 40 knots, it could ferry Patriot launchers between small, scattered frontline bases, faster and safer than land convoys, providing flexible missile defense coverage for islands like the Philippines or Taiwan. And here's the kicker: This isn't just an American idea. Over the past 30 years, China, North Korea, and Russia have all bolted land-based missile systems onto warships. In the Black Sea, Russia even strapped a Tor M2KM air defense system on its frigates to counter Ukrainian drones. It proves one thing: under the pressure of modern warfare, navies everywhere are breaking tradition, finding asymmetric, unconventional ways to boost combat power. And as the U.S. pivots back to high-end conflict, the once disgraced Littoral Combat Ship is being reborn. No longer a failed experiment, but a new, more lethal platform for the wars of tomorrow.